Alright, hello everyone. If you are watching this video, that means we have finished the midterm exam. And so now it is time to prepare more about the speaking test. Today we are going to look at part 2, which is picture description, 사진 묘사. Actually, in my opinion, I think picture description is a very fun way to practice speaking English. 진짜 재밌어요. And on the test, we need to be able to speak for at least 30 seconds about the picture. That's 30초. I know it's a little bit scary, but today I will give you some some tips on how to get a good grade on the answer, and also how to make your answer for each picture. So before we get started, I want to go over some tips, some important tips of how to get a good grade. So actually, I think there are 4 important parts for the speaking test. The first important part, probably the most important part, I think, is using a very clear and a loud voice. Using a clear and loud voice. 큰 소리, 맑은 소리, right? You should have a very clear voice. If your professor cannot hear you, we cannot know if you are good at English. Maybe you're really good at English, but you speak with a very 작은 목소리, right? If you speak too quietly, your professor can't understand you. We won't be able to hear you. So always use a very clear, very loud voice, and that will make you sound very confident. So make sure you have a microphone, right? 꼭 microphone 필요해요. Using your phone, using your computer. I think a microphone is very easy. You can use a headphone. Or headset is usually there's a microphone there. So number 1 is probably the most important. You need to have a loud and clear voice. Number 2, the next important part is what? Pronunciation. Pronunciation. See if I can spell it correctly. Yes, I did. Pronunciation. 한국말로 is 발음. You need to use pretty good pronunciation. 완벽한 발음 필요 없는데, right? You don't need to be perfect, but we need to not use any 이상한, strange pronunciation. This is important because your professor needs to understand your words. Maybe you're using correct English, but if you use kind of strange pronunciation, again, the professor cannot understand you. So practice the words that you are going to speak. Make sure you can say them with good enough pronunciation. The next one is a little more difficult. 그래서 is not as important. But for getting a good grade, intonation is quite important. Intonation, again, how can I spell it? Correct? Intonation, 맞아요. Intonation은 억양. Sometimes I have students that they speak very correct English, 근데 they kind of speak like this, using no intonation, kind of like a robot. So even though I use correct English, if I don't use any intonation, the professor, if you speak like a robot, if you use no intonation, the professor, we don't know if you understand the words. Maybe you just memorize. 그냥 외워온 느낌 있어요. 그렇게 말하면. So robot처럼 말고 speak using some 감동, right? 영혼 필요해요. Very important. And the last one, 당연하지, very important part, of course, is grammar. 문법 필요해요. 제일 중요한 거 아니고, this is not the most important part, but if you use correct grammar, of course, 당연하지, you will get a better grade on the test. Again, it's not the most important. 제일 중요한 거 아니고, But in my opinion, if you have these three, right? Clear voice, good pronunciation, and good intonation, you will get a pretty good grade on the test. If you want a very good grade, you probably need to practice some using good grammar. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. 완벽한 문법 필요 없어요. Just good grammar. Needs to be pretty. You need to be using correct grammar. Okay, those are my 꿀팁. Those 4 steps. If you follow these 4 steps, you will not need to worry. Right? 걱정 필요 없어요. You will get a good grade. So let's look at the first picture. We're gonna look at page 8. If you have this book, I don't think you have this book. That's okay. So we're on page 8, and a lot of students, when we have some trouble with the picture, is 어떻게 시작해요, right? The professor says, okay, you have 30 seconds to describe the photo. Ready, start. 갑자기 영어 못해요, right? Can't even think of one word. So today I want to go over how to start and how to plan your answer. And I think the best way to do that is to follow 3 easy steps. So we're looking at this photo here. There is a lot of stuff in this photo. Wow. So let's look at what is step 1. Step 1, 어떻게, how do I make an answer for this photo? Step 1, I like to first, 첫 번째는 find the nouns. Nouns은 뭐예요? Nouns는 명사. Let me change the color here. Nouns. Okay. Red color is easier to see. There we go. Yeah, we should find the 명사, find the nouns. So for example, where is this place? And maybe what do you see? What's in the picture? I think we can do this together really quickly. First, where? What do you think? Where do you think this place is? I think it's probably a library. Let's find some smaller 명사. I see windows. 명사 찾아볼게요. Windows. I see books. Okay, books 있어요. I see lamps. I see desk. I see chairs. Yeah. Because there are so many books, this is probably a library, right? So again, number 1, step 1, find the nouns. I think that's enough. Most important, there are people, right? 사람 있어요. So we have windows, we have books, we have lamps, we have chairs, desks, we have people. Okay, that is step 1. 명사 찾았어요. Let me erase this. Step 2. What is step 2? Step 2는 is verbs, 동사. What is happening, right? What are they doing? What are the actions? 뭐 하고 있어요? I said there are people. Let's look. What are they doing? I see using a phone. I see using a computer. I see maybe this person is studying, doing homework. Maybe, yeah, 100% 모르지만 that's okay. That's what I see. I see the phone, I see the computer. It looks like studying over here. Very good. So that's step 1 and step 2. These are very important steps because these are facts, 사실. Which means if you only do step 1 and step 2, step 1 하고 step 2만 하면 everyone will have the same answer. 똑같은 대답이에요. 그래서 step 3 좀 중요한 step이에요. Very important step. Step 3 뭐예요? We did facts. 그럼 step 3 is opinion. Opinion 뭐예요? That's one of your 배우는 단어, 그치? Opinion, 의견. If you use step 3, this makes your answer very unique, very special. 특별한 대답 있을 거예요. So we have step 1, step 2, step 3 is your opinion. What do you think about this picture? 하고 maybe what do you feel about this picture? I'll try it. 제가 해볼게요. When I look at this picture, I feel a little stressed. Probably because it makes me think about homework and studying for tests. 그래서 I feel very stressed when I look at this picture. But maybe you, when you look at this picture, this is a very quiet place. So maybe you feel very calm, very peaceful, right? So your answer, using step 3 answer, your 의견, your feeling, your thinking, this will make your answer very unique, very special. All right, so we understand the steps, step 1, step 2, step 3. Let's look at some example answers. 읽어볼게요. Let's look at this one. Number 1, example answer. See, why is this a good answer? Let's start. This is a picture of students in the library. All right, we said where. That's good. I see a big library. It has many windows, desks, lamps, and people. Aha, step 1 했어요, right? We have where, we have what, right? 명사 했어요. Library, windows, desks, lamps, people. Very good. All right, that's pretty good. Let's keep going. People are studying with computers and books. One student is using his cell phone. Right. 동사 있지. Studying, using. Okay, we have verbs. We have step 1. We have step 2. The last one, we need to make the answer a little bit special. We need an opinion. 의견 필요해요. 남아는 거. I want to study there. Right? 이런 말. I want. I think. I feel. 그런 말 쓰면 that is opinion. Okay. Let's try another one. Okay, number 2. 좋은 대답. Good answer. There are many people in the library. Good. We have people, library, where, what. I see many people with computers. Okay, computers. All right, not bad. That's step 1. Step 2, 동사 필요해요. They are sitting and studying. 맞아요. Yes, sitting. I forgot about that one. They're sitting down. I also see green lamps and many windows there. Yeah, this is a pretty good answer. I think number 1 is probably the best answer, again, because it has this 의견. But notice another way to have your opinion is using these words, adjectives. 형용사 쓰면 좋은 아이디어예요. 무슨 형용사 썼어요? Okay, this person said, right? 사람 있어요. There are people. 그냥 people 아니고 there are many people. Also, I see lamps. 그냥 lamps 아니고 I see green lamps. And 창문, windows, I see many windows. So that's another way you can add your opinion. So we have our nouns. Step 1, nouns. Step 2, verbs. Step 3, 의견. We can use adjectives, thinking, feeling. 그렇게 하면 돼요. There's also a 안 좋은 대답. Let's read this one. Why is this a bad answer? Let's try it. 읽어볼게요. This is library. Many people here. They are study on computer and he has a cell phone and a backpack. Actually, this answer is not that bad, right? We have so step 1 했어요, right? Where is it? Library. 뭐 볼 수 있어요? 명사 찾으면 people, computer, cell phone, backpack. So we have step 1. We have step 2, right? We have the verb. 동사 찾았어요. Also, step 3. Opinion 없어요. There is no opinion. No 현용사. Not much description there. And of course, 당연하지, the grammar is not that good, right? It's not perfect grammar. So this is probably, not a good answer. Probably a bad answer. Again, we need to have those 3 steps. We need to have the 명사, we need to have the 동사, we need to have the 의견, right? 현용사, some sort of 감동, some sort of thinking. All right, so I think we have a good idea. We have some good answers, we have some bad answers. Right now, I would like you to pause the video. So stop the video for a second. And looking at this photo, let me zoom in a little bit. Zoom in on the photo. And I want you to practice your own answer. So these steps. Step 1, find the nouns. 명사 찾아보세요. Find the verbs. What are they doing? What's happening? 동사 찾아보세요. And step 3, very important. I really want you to practice your opinion. 어떻게 생각해요? Your 의견. So looking at this one. So let's try that. 잠깐만 비디오를 일시 중지고 대답을 써보세요. 시작. Okay, I hope you paused the video and tried to do that. Were you able to come up with some opinion? Again, that is a very important part of this answer. If you had trouble with that, 어려우면, if it's difficult, that's okay. Let's practice another one. Let's go on to the next one. This is on page 9. Looking at this photo. Let's think about it. Let's find some, let's go through our steps again. All right, we have our step 1. 기억해요. Step 1 뭐예요? Step 1, find the nouns. Let's do that. Right? What do you see? Where is this place? I see, probably the biggest thing I see is 이거. Waterfall, right? I see a waterfall, I see water, I see rocks. Okay. There's not a lot in this picture actually. I see at the bottom, I see 3 people. Also, I see these kind of equipment, right? Photos, cameras, tripods, equipment. I see jackets, I see hats. Yeah, you can be very detailed. 디테일하면 좋아요. Alright, step 2, 기억해요. Step 1은 find the nouns. Step 2, what is step 2? 기억해요? Step 2, 단용하지. Step 2는 is verbs. What is happening in this photo, right? 동사 찾아야 돼요. Again, there's not that much interesting thing happening. It looks like there's 3 people and they are taking pictures. They're standing. Yeah, the water is flowing. We can say the water is flowing. Some 어려운 단어. Flowing. The people are standing. The people are taking pictures. Okay. That's not bad. But again, if you are practicing, I think the most important thing to practice, right? Step 1 and step 2, these are very easy. These are the facts. For you to have a very good answer, I think you should focus on step 3, which is the opinion. 이 사진 보면, if you look at this picture, how do you feel? What is your thinking? What do you think about this picture? Also, using some 현용사, 현용사 뭐예요? Adjectives. This will give you a very 특별한, very special answer. Okay? Maybe you can see, 저는, when I look at this, I feel very peaceful, right? I think the waterfall would be very nice to listen to. Also, it looks very beautiful. It looks like a very clean place, right? The water is very clean. So 그런 말, 그런 묘사한 말, 현용사 말 하면, if you can use those words, that will give you a very kind of feeling into the picture. Okay? Let's look at some example answers. 좋은 대답 읽어볼게요. 여기는 let's 읽어보세요. Ready? I see 3 people. They are taking a picture with their camera. This is a waterfall. It looks very beautiful. Okay, let's look at this answer. Okay, so we have people, we have camera, we have waterfall. So step 1 명사 했어요. Step 2는 뭐 하고 있어요? They are taking a picture. Okay, not bad. Step 3는 아하 의견, it looks very beautiful. 이거는 좋은 대답이 있는데 it's actually, I think it's a little too short, right? We need 30초 필요해요. But this is a good start, right? We have our 3 steps. We have 명사, people, camera. We have 동사, taking a picture. And we have 의견, looks beautiful. Let's try number 2. Number 2 is not bad. There is 1 waterfall and 3 people. 명사. 동사는 the people are taking a picture of the waterfall. Maybe they are photographers. Maybe는, right? 이런 말도 혹시 아마도 maybe는 this is also a very good opinion word. Because we don't know. 100% 몰라죠, right? We don't know for sure. 그냥 maybe. 혹시 maybe they are photographers. All right, number 1 and 2. These are it's good grammar. Again, in my opinion, actually, these are a little too short. We need 30초 동안 묘사해야 되는데. We need to describe for 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and look at the bad answer. Bad answer. 안 좋은 대답. 너무 짧지. Too short. Water is here. 3 people take a picture. They wear jacket and hat. So again, 왜 이거는 왜 안 좋은 대답이에요? We have 명사, we have 동사, take a picture, wear a jacket. 근데 의견은 opinion 없어요. We don't have any opinion. That's very important to have a good answer. So again, let's take some time to practice this. 연습해볼게요. Again, 다시 잠깐만 비디오를 일시 중지고 대답을 써보세요. All right, yeah. Were you able to talk? Were you able to make some more sentences? Remember, these are pretty good answers. I think for the test, we need to add some more things. For example, if I want to make a good answer, you can describe it more. They're wearing colorful clothing. The water is flowing quickly. I think the waterfall is very noisy. So adding these kinds of 의견말, again, 오늘 배우는 꿀팁, 제일 중요한 꿀팁, talking about your opinion is a very good idea. Let's do the last one. 마지막 해볼게요. This one's a little more difficult. 왜 어려워요? Well, for one, there's no color, right? There's no color. Also, 잠깐만 보면 there's no people. Okay, this is where it gets a little more difficult. Let's talk about this picture. 같이 해볼게요. Again, go through the steps. Step 1, 기억하지, nouns. Step 2, what are the verbs? What's happening? 사람 없는데요. 뭐 하고 있는데? What's happening, right? There's no people. 그럼, what's going on? And step 3, I think we're going to need to focus a lot on step 3 for this one, your opinion. Okay? Let's try and just take a few minutes, and I want you to try this one. So again, pause the video for a second. Take about 10 seconds and just think about or find these steps, right? The nouns and the verbs. 찾아보세요. Okay, let's keep going. Did you find the nouns and verbs? Let's do that now. There's some boats. There's some water. There's some buildings. There's some cars. There's a mountain. That's about it, right? Maybe you can talk about the street. There's not a lot going on. Let's read the example. What is the good answer here? Good answer는 This is a picture of boats on a dock. Okay, that's a good 배우는 말. dock는 뭐예요? A dock is kind of like a 주차장, but instead of cars, 이거는 dock이에요. We put our boats on the dock. So 이거는 dock. Learning some new vocabulary. I see many boats. Okay, we have step 1, 명사, boats, dock. I also see some buildings, the sea, and mountains. All right, we're talking a lot about 명사, buildings, sea, and mountains. There are no people in this picture. Right? 사람 없어요. This is a very good tip. Why is this a good answer? I've been telling you about finding things, right? 찾아보세요. Nouns, verbs, 찾아보세요. You can also tell me something you do not see. 사람 없으면 그럼 얘기해 주세요. There are no people in this picture. It's very good. Again, this is a good answer, but actually we're missing an opinion. There's not really any opinion. 이것만, many boats. Actually, I don't really like this answer. We need step 3. 의견 필요해요. Let's go to number 2. This is a dock. There are many boats on the dock. Next to the dock, there are some buildings. Okay, not bad. We have 명사, buildings, dock, boats. It is morning or evening time of day. Yeah, this one's not bad. I like this one because 100% 모르지만 we don't know 100%. But this is kind of an opinion. We're kind of guessing. Guessing is a very good technique for describing the photo. I still think we can add more, right? There's no feeling. I want to know, when my students are answering describing the photo, I want to know their feeling. I think their feeling and opinion is probably the most important to me. We'll go ahead and read the bad answer. You got 안 좋은 대답. Usually it's just because 문법. I see sea and boat. Both are very many. Actually, this one's not bad, right? Very many. Giving me some opinion. I do like that. Boats is nice and expensive. Actually, this person has a very good opinion. Not bad. I also see house and mountain there. So this is a good example. 이거는 안 좋은 대답이 있는데 I think this is not too bad because they give me some opinion and nouns. So I think this book didn't really do a great job of giving you good answers or bad answers. Again, I think if you follow these techniques, finding the nouns, finding the verbs, and finding the opinions, if you can practice these 3 things for every picture, you'll be very good on the exam. So for the last time, let's go ahead and look at this photo. And I want you to use these techniques. 이런 techniques 연습하고 step 1, step 2, step 3 연습하고 and practice your own answer. Again, your answer should take about 30초, 30 seconds to do that. So pause the video. 잠깐만 비디오를 일시 중지고 대답을 써보세요. Ready, 시작! Okay, I hope you practiced these techniques that we learned today. Again, step 1, step 2, step 3, you should have some facts, you should have some opinions, and also I want to remind you at the beginning I told you some good tip, some very important tips for getting a good grade on the speaking test, and that's these 4 techniques, right? Clear and loud voice, 맑은 목소리, 큰 목소리, good pronunciation, 발음, good intonation. This one's a little bit more difficult, right? Robot 말고, you should have some 감동, some sort of feeling. This is 억양, right? And 당연하지, you should try to focus on using at least pretty good grammar. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you have really good grammar, you will get a good grade on the exam. So these 4 things are very important. All right, that is enough for today, I think. I hope you learned something from this picture description lesson. Again, practice these techniques and you will get a perfect or a really good grade on your exam, okay? So have a good day and I will see you next class.